Ready to start this?
Let's do this.
What's up, everybody? Episode 22. Getting situated here. You tired?
Huh?
You're pretty quiet.
I didn't know you were starting that. That's what threw me off, I think.
Yeah, I think might as well. Right? We good?
We're damn good. What's up, everybody? Apparently, I'm kind of sleepy today.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm tired too. Long day. Episode 22.
Deuce.
A couple more weeks, we're gonna celebrate 25. I'm a little surprised we made it to 25. Granted, there was a little hiccup there this fall, but what are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Let's start with some big Frontline pro wrestling news. February 6th? No. When is it? April 6th?
April 6th.
April 6th. Hell it in. Ken Anderson.
Formerly known as Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy. Wisconsin native. He's going to be here. So I don't know if there's going to be...
I loved his character in the WWE.
Yeah, Kennedy, named after Mr. McMahon.
I wish he went to left.
Yeah, then he went to TNA to be the asshole.
Yeah.
I like him. He seems like a normal person, so
And he's a Packer fan.
hopefully we'll get to meet him, huh?
Yeah.
I'm sure we will.
Maybe we could talk. The promoters into doing some interviews. I wouldn't mind doing that.
I've been in contact with them. I haven't heard anything yet. We're just going off of what Smart Money tells us.
What?
They're kind of our in between right now, the middleman for us. So we don't want to step on any toes.
Exactly.
We don't want to say anything that isn't confirmed yet. So Smart Money did have their episode last week, and they did confirm Anderson. They also confirmed a triple threat Iron Man match. You ever hear of a triple threat Iron Man?
No, I have not.
Ah.
That seems awesome.
That's gonna be
Sounds
awesome. That's got to be the first. That's giving me goosebumps. Look at it.
He's not
They're
lying.
real.
They're really goosebumps.
So yeah, Frontline, April 6th, Holiday Inn.
Be there.
No information on ticket prices or when and where you can get them, but we'll have that ready for you as soon as we find out. You want to jump into Raw?
Let's do this.
Raw. I'm getting so frustrated with these. It's like, who's producing these? Who's directing these?
I'm still waiting for the change, the big change.
There's no change.
There's no change at all.
Braun is still flipping stuff that...
Stop having him flip. We were just talking about this off camera, ladies and gentlemen.
We know he's strong.
Stop having him lift things.
Lifting and tipping
And
things.
like we were saying,
Silly.
it's kind of coincidental that they never show the opposite side of these things that he's tipping. Come on. Do they really think that we're blind?
Oh, I got a green bottle on the green screen. I wonder how that's going to show up.
That'd be cool.
That's going to be awesome.
But not all of us are like 4 years old watching this. He's not really lifting a semi. He's not really lifting a limo.
No.
Stop having him do that. I know he's strong.
He's strong. So it looks like he's not ready to. He's not going to be ready for Rumble. They had to get rid of him. Change the storyline 2 weeks before the pay-per-view.
Now are they going to set him up, set it up where he's like anti-McMahon now and feud with the family?
Maybe he's a new Austin. He's just going to take out McMahon's, huh?
You know? That's one way to keep him over.
I guess. So, Braun out. We got set up for a fatal four-way. God, I was so...
When McMahon came out and talked about anybody from the back that wants an opportunity, and then Cena's music hit, my initial reaction, I'm like, oh my God, no, please, God, don't do this.
Yeah, I was gonna. It was gonna be a one-man riot.
There would have been a 2-man riot because
I don't want to see John Cena with a belt. I don't want to see him in main events anymore. If he's gonna pass the torch to someone else, pass it to Finn Balor, who did win the 4-way at the end. So we jumped from the beginning to the end of the show.
Yeah, we did.
That's okay.
But Cena doesn't need it.
No.
And then Drew came out.
Yep. Did his spiel.
I think in time they're going to give Drew the belt. I don't think it's Drew's time yet. I say later on this year they're going to give Drew a main event feud. I don't think it's yet.
He's a big dude.
He is a big dude.
He should be heavyweight.
No, I like him. I like him.
Yeah, me
just
too.
the way they're going, I don't think they're going that direction yet.
I don't understand why Corbin was in it.
Well, when Corbin came out, it was laughable. I was literally laughing out loud. Nobody thinks Baron Corbin should not have been in that match.
So Corbin's in the Fatal 4-Way for a championship match at Royal Rumble, but Seth Rollins isn't. He's still chasing an IC belt. Why?
Why? Because you got to have Seth away from the title for now. So looks, I think he's gonna win the Rumble. So you gotta have him away from the title now, so it doesn't look predictable. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see AJ win the Rumble and then challenge Finn Balor.
I would love that, but they're never gonna have Balor beat Brock.
You don't think so?
Oh,
You don't think? You think Brock's gonna walk out of Royal Rumble the champ?
I think, unfortunately, God, please, I hope I'm wrong.
I think you're wrong.
I would be ecstatic to be wrong, but unfortunately, I think that is Vince's golden boy is Brock. He loves Lesnar for some ungodknown reason, and I think I would love to see Finn Balor. I would. Oh my God, that would be unbelievable.
Yeah. And I think he's going to have to come out as a demon. He has to show up as a demon.
And if he shows up as a demon, because the demon's never lost on the main roster, I think he might have lost a couple times on NXT, but
Maybe.
on the main roster, he's never lost. Maybe if he shows up as a demon, they'll have him win.
I think he'll show up as a demon, and I think he's going to win he's going to beat Brock, because Brock's leaving, right? Isn't he leaving soon? I hope he's
got
leaving.
that UFC fight soon. He's got it.
He shows up every other month just to walk around the ring, and it's like, come on. The champion, look at Roman Reigns. He was there every week, defending the championship every week.
Yeah.
Man, what a waste.
The only reason why I think Brock is going to win it at the Rumble is because I think Seth is going to win the actual Rumble. And Seth's been mentioning Brock Lesnar for the past few weeks. He didn't mention him last night because I don't even know if Seth gave an interview last night.
He did.
Did he?
Yeah.
But he's been mentioning Brock a few times the last month. And I usually kind of listen to that and thinking, why would he be mentioning Brock? Just something to think about.
I think if they're going that route, he would have been in the Fatal 4-Way last night. He didn't have to be in a triple threat with Ambrose.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
I hear you.
I don't get it.
And we want to talk about we're going all out of order, I know. But
we're just really frustrated again this week, so we're all over the place.
But you want to go to that triple threat IC title match?
Yeah. Ambrose dropped the belt.
Here's why I think why they did this.
Yeah, why'd they give it to Lashley?
Because, and I know you don't like this person, but like 4 or 5 months ago, Bobby Lashley turned heel and beat up Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens is due to come back.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens is coming back as a face. I think.
Really? At Royal Rumble? You think?
I don't know if it's sometime soon because they've been advertising him and his buddy Sammy coming back soon. So I think that's a way to have them feud, Kevin Owens versus Lashley.
Yeah. I guess.
Which
It would be nice if they were setting up pieces for something later instead of just scrambling last minute.
Which I really wish Lashley didn't need that joke manager.
Rush, he's doing his heel manager role.
Yes, he is. But
so
watch TNA. Watch TNA. Bobby Lashley can talk.
Yep. Yeah.
He was a decent heel. He could.
Yeah, I don't know why those two are together. I don't understand. Maybe they're friends. I don't know. Ronda and Banks teamed up against Jax and Tamina.
I was waiting for the old miscommunication, and one of them accidentally hits the other person. That's what I thought. I'm like, all right, yeah,
they're gonna clothesline each other.
Yeah.
Or someone's gonna duck and it's gonna get hit. It's because that's,
but it didn't happen.
That's standard. No.
But then they jawed back and forth after the match.
Yeah. Which was I didn't like it. It was stupid.
I hope it's a good match.
I'm sure it will be.
Nobody on earth believes Sasha has a chance in hell of beating
But she did turn. She sounded a little heelish last night.
Ronda?
So, Sasha.
Her character is a heel.
She should be heel
exactly.
all the time. Yeah. Then after that match, we had Cena come out for the 4-way. Wait. What? Yeah. I'm lost. Do I have that in order?
No, we skipped around, remember?
Yeah, okay. So yeah. We had Jinder start crying to McMahon, and then he got a match with Finn. So as soon as I saw that,
first of all,
I knew Finn was going to win the 4-way as soon as he had to fight another guy. That was predictable.
Jinder should have never been a world champion in the first place.
Shut up. It's not that bad. I like the big muscular dudes. That sounds weird for a straight guy to say about it.
He's a mid-carder.
No.
How you feel about Ambrose? That's how I feel about Jinder.
Really? That bad?
He's there. I
don't know. I think he's an awesome heel.
The 3-man band, and then he was world champion. It didn't add up.
He left, and when he came back, he was super jacked. Anyway, so yeah, let's see. Bailey and Natty needed to find a tag team partner. Nikki Cross's debut. I wish they would have had pyro or fireworks or something bigger for her.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing.
I don't know. I'm glad she's on. I'm glad she's on TV.
Yeah, I'm glad they did something different. Because when they said surprise, I was thinking it's going to be Ember Moon again for the
that's exactly what I thought.
Straight week.
But then they said that Nikki Cross is going to be on SmackDown. They don't even know where they're going to put her.
Yeah, the newer people coming up, they said for the time being they can go to either show. That's what they said.
I need something more. I need stability here, man. I don't like them bouncing around. Just put her on SmackDown with Sanity.
Yeah.
Why she showed up on Raw, I don't understand. So I'm glad to see her. I'm glad she's on TV. I love Nikki Cross, don't get me wrong, but I think she deserved a bigger debut than that. Speaking of debuts, Bliss had her moment of bliss again. That was a shit show with Heyman. That was just stupid. And then they debut Heavy Machinery in Raw, and they killed their characters before they even wrestled one match on Raw. They look like idiots.
Yeah.
Oh, just stupid. Why? What's his name? Dozer, the little one? Just I don't even know what he's saying. I thought he was saying pretty lady. It was just stupid. They just ruined that. Just destroyed their.
Does it surprise you though?
No, they do that to everybody.
Look what they have done with the revival.
Yeah. They've been on Raw, 2 years maybe?
Exactly.
And
they're a joke.
Yeah.
They were badasses in NXT.
Yep.
And they're a joke. So any tag team, any wrestler that comes up from the NXT, they kind of shit on them.
Yep. I don't get it. I just so frustrating to watch. And then so yeah, we're bouncing all over this week. So what did we miss that we have written down on our board? The triple threat, Lashley won.
We did talk about the actual main event.
Oh, you know what I didn't like? Okay, so they have Heavy Machinery come out during Moment of Bliss, and then Bliss and Heyman just get up and walk to the back. They're like confused what's going on, and then they go right to the ring and say, what was the next match up? They're setting up for the Fatal 4-Way. The ring announcer says the next match is Fatal 4-Way. Then they go right to commercial. So the guy's sitting in a ring for. It's just the production is horrible. It's just like.
And I realize why they do this because that's how they pay their bills. But you gotta alleviate the commercials during Raw. It's getting absurd.
Yeah.
Anytime anybody gets knocked out to the ring, outside of the ring, commercial.
That I can handle. That I can handle. What I don't like is when they announce one person, they come to the ring, then they go to commercial. So that guy's in the ring for 2 or 3 minutes, dancing around. We saw it at Raw.
Exactly. Yeah, we did.
And then they come back for commercial, and either the guy's already in the ring, so you don't even have their intro, or there's a. That's just stupid. Oh. What else? I wrote something else down that I was just that Moment of Bliss was just horrible. Just horrible.
Yeah, I didn't like it last week when she had Ronda on it.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring.
If she can't wrestle, let her go sit home. We don't need to see her. Yeah, she's pretty. She's good on the mic, but you're really killing her character.
Exactly.
Too. She's going to look like a joke.
Yeah.
Have her manage somebody.
She would be an awesome manager. Awesome heel manager. Oh, she would be a great heel. They need to bring back managers.
Yeah. Certain people. Who would she work with though? Women or men?
I would think a man.
She could have been, I don't know, Revival.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Missy Hyatt type thing, right?
Exactly.
Oh man, they're really dropping the ball on some of this stuff. Oh, another thing, why they announced Women's Tag Team Championship at an Elimination Chamber, but why is there only one set of tag belts? So they're gonna have tag team champs bounce from Raw and SmackDown.
I think that's what they're gonna do.
Dumb. Why have a split brand then? You can't. You got to have one of each.
Yeah.
You need 2 tag team champions. Oh, Mikey.
You know what I think? You know what I think is going to happen with that? Sasha and Bayley are going to win it, and then one of them finally is going to turn on the other one.
I could see Sasha turning on Bayley.
I'd love to see Bayley go heel. Her whole character needs an overhaul.
Yeah,
nobody cares about that.
I love Bayley. She's super cute, super talented. She did that flying elbow again last night. Oof, awesome.
Yeah, and at NXT, her and Sasha, the matches they had. Oh my God.
That match.
That Iron Woman match. My God,
takeover.
That was the best. That was the best match I've seen in years.
Yep. That was just so fluid and perfect.
Oh,
perfectly orchestrated.
But they don't let them wrestle like that up on the main roster for some reason.
I don't know. God damn, Vince McMahon, get your shit together, man.
Exactly. But Bailey, that whole character needs an overhaul, and I'd love to see her turn heel.
Yeah, turn heel, put your ponytail on the other side of your head. That's when you know she's heel, right? Let's just dump into our top 10 this week because
Raw's done.
Raw's done. Why do we still watch it? Why are we doing a YouTube channel? All we do is
because we love wrestling.
Yeah, but it's not wrestling anymore. All we do is complain. Ugh.
But Royal Rumble's coming up. That's my favorite.
That's my favorite.
Now this week we did top 10 feuds of all time.
Feuds. There's been a lot, not as many lately as they were when we were kids.
Yeah, mine is all my top 10 are from a long time ago.
Feuds back then were I don't know if it's because
they dragged them out.
They dragged them out probably because before Raw, you only had pay-per-views every 4 months.
Exactly.
You had Wrestling Challenge, you had Superstars. You didn't have a show every week, so you had to drag on a storyline.
Like we were talking last week, on Point 4, they did the slow burn with all these feuds.
Yeah, I think
they didn't rush through them.
I guess having a show every week, 2 shows a week.
Yeah.
You got Raw and SmackDown. It's a little harder to have that slow burn. I get it. I understand, but you can still have something go for a month or 2, right? That's 4 to 8 confrontations, and you don't have to have the same 2 guys wrestle every week. You could have they confront each other, and I'm chasing you. Just we need a chase, right?
Yeah.
And then the final climax, the build up, is at a pay-per-view. Then move to the next. Feuds. They used to be so good. Let's see. I did mine a little different this week. I usually write them down in order, so.
Right.
Let's see. Why don't you give me your number 10?
My number 10 is not from the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the first feuds I've ever seen in wrestling. My number 10 is Vern Gagne versus Nick Bockwinkel.
I know who they are. I don't remember a feud that they've ever had.
They were feuds for decades. Yeah,
really,
for decades, cool. and then Vern Gagne's son Greg got into it, and Nick Bockwinkel was feuding with him for a little bit. So it was back and forth for
leave my dad alone.
long time. So that's the first thing I wanted to write.
Cool, good. I like that. I like that you go that far back because that was before my time, I think. My number 10, Ciampa and Gargano.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't even think about that.
That's probably the best feud the last couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
man.
They've had that's a good one.
Really good matches. That one match, was it the last takeover?
Last Man Standing?
Yeah, that was just such a beautiful match. Yes. I love that match.
They just got such good chemistry.
They do. Give me your number 9, please.
My number 9, I had to put a woman's feud in it.
Ooh.
So my number 9, when I think of women's feud, I think of Lita and Trish.
Yeah, I think I wrote that down. Maybe not.
They just had amazing chemistry whenever they wrestled. And
yeah.
And their feud actually lasted a couple of years.
It was on and off.
It was on and off,
But yeah, because that's the only real 2 women you had back then. You had, was it Victoria? What was her name then?
Yeah, they had a bunch of cookie cutter.
Yeah. Default characters.
Yeah.
My number 9. Let's see if I can find it. I did Steve Austin and The Rock. I know that's really low, but I've got some other old school ones in here.
That didn't make my list, actually.
Not even an honorable mention?
They're on my honorable mentions.
Okay. Yeah. They were back and forth for years, too. And just really good matches. Did they main event at WrestleMania?
Yep.
Yeah, they did.
That was actually Austin's last match was against The Rock at main event, WrestleMania.
Give me your number 8.
My number 8 is, and everybody that has watched this show knows my affection for hardcore wrestling. So I had to put something from ECW.
Do you have?
My number 8 is Raven versus Tommy Dreamer.
Oh, wow. Okay. I forgot about that one because I've got, let's see.
They had an amazing feud.
I know Raven and
They're-
Sandman had an awesome feud.
That when he crucified him, that was on my honorable mentions. But Raven and Dreamer, the storyline was really good. They apparently in storyline they knew each other, went to camp, and Raven was kind of the outcast, and Dreamer was the jock who was popular and
Got all the chicks.
and that's how the storyline started. And Raven and Dreamer like tried for years to beat Raven. Never ever beat Raven. And the last night Raven was in ECW because he signed with WCW. The last night Raven was in ECW. Dreamer finally beat Raven. That's how it ended.
Well, I suppose if you're leaving, I'm going to beat you. Because that's the time Dreamer was running ECW. Pretty much. What was that, your 8?
Yep.
My number 8 is Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Right?
Yeah, that's good.
Awesome. That was another main event at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if it was a main event, but that was.
Wasn't that 13?
Yeah.
I thought it was. Maybe it wasn't main event. It was probably a double main
Yeah.
event. Who knows? Somebody knows. Somebody out there. Give me number 7.
My number 7 is like the first feud that really got me into wrestling. Honest to goodness. My number 7 is the Von Erichs versus the Freebirds.
Yeah, I think I got that one.
Yeah. When I thought of feuds, that's exactly what I thought of.
That's not a
I couldn't put them higher because I got some good ones higher, but they had some just absolute quote Jim Ross, some slobber knockers.
Slobber knockers. That's yeah. And if you didn't have the 3-on-3, then you had Michael Hayes against Kerry or somebody, you know.
And every show every week ended with either the Freebirds beating up the Von Erichs or the Von Erichs beating up the Freebirds. Like every single week, it wouldn't even involve either one of those two, and one of them would come out
start beating him up.
Exactly.
Awesome. That's how it should be nowadays. Wouldn't that be cool? Where are we at? 7. I've got Hogan versus Warrior.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Just leading up to WrestleMania, was it 5 or 6?
6.
WrestleMania 6. Are you sure? Oh, it was 5. Was that Hogan and Savage?
5 was Hogan Savage.
Yeah. You're right. 6. Oh, I did said 6 3 times.
Uh-oh.
What happens? Yeah, I was a mark for both. I loved them both, and just to see two faces go at it, it's like, what? Pretty awesome, right?
It is awesome.
Give me number 6.
My number 6 is when I started watching NWA for the first time. This was a big feud in the NWA, and again, they were off and on for 15 years. Flair versus Sting.
Yeah, I was expecting that to be your number 1. Because I've got it higher.
Yeah, I was thinking about putting it higher, but I was.
That's your 6? Okay, that's all right. My number 6 is Hogan and Savage. Oh my God, the Mega Powers.
Mega Powers explode.
Fighting over Elizabeth.
Yes.
Oh man,
I still remember that.
Oh, I love
The
it.
Saturday night main event that wasn't on a Saturday. It was like on a Friday evening.
Yeah. Elizabeth got knocked off the
Yes.
ring, and then Hogan
They were
picked her
wrestling
up.
the Twin Towers.
Yeah. Oh man, I miss those days.
Oh my God.
Give me your number 5.
My number 5 is the first feud I ever watched in the WWF. And it was just a riot anytime these two got together because they were the main bad guy versus the main good guy. Probably mid 80s, 84, 85. My number 5 is Hogan versus Piper.
Ooh, yeah. I've got
Roddy Piper was despised back then. And Hogan was like the ultimate good guy.
Yep.
So it was like
It's perfect, right?
exactly.
Those are
It was awesome.
And you have the best of the best and the worst of the best. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The best of the worst.
I know what you meant.
The best good guys and the best bad guys. I'm trying to make myself look sophisticated, but I look like an idiot. Yeah, my number 5 is Hogan and Andre.
They're honorable mentions.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, because those two were buddies.
Yeah.
And then Bobby Heenan got his nose in there under, right in Andre's ear, whispering stuff. And then he turned on Hogan.
I remember watching that on Superstars.
Yep. Yeah.
And he ripped the cross off.
Was that on a Brother Love?
No, that was a Piper's Pit.
Piper's Pit, yeah. Number 4, please.
My number 4 is another feud from the NWA that I absolutely loved. It was polar opposites, and they just made poetry in the ring whenever they wrestled, and just the storyline wise. My number 4 is Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair.
Oh yeah, I got that written on here. Yep, right here. Honorable mention.
The Texas redneck versus the
snotty,
snotty. Think you're better than
rich
everybody
guy
else.
with the
Rich
$1,200 alligator shoes.
Yeah, it was this perfect blend. And then whenever they wrestled, everybody assumed Rick could outlast Dusty, but Dusty held his own whenever they wrestled.
For a big dude, yeah, his cardio was pretty good.
Exactly. For Dusty looking wise, didn't look like that he was in the greatest shape, but he could go 50, 60 minutes with Flair.
Yep. Yeah. I didn't have that one on the 10 because that was before my time, but I know of it. I've seen, highlights or past matches, so I know of it. What was that, man? That was your 4.
Yeah.
My number 4 is Undertaker and Mankind.
That's a good one.
It's a really good one.
Yeah.
Hell in a Cell.
Oh.
That was I don't know if
98.
The build up to it. Maybe a year. They were going back and forth. That was 98?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And I remember that match. Taker was supposed to it was the good guy, and Mankind was the bad guy.
Yeah.
But after Mankind did all that, nobody was going to put Mankind after that.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. Because there was a lot of just videos of behind the scenes stuff that Mankind did a lot of tormenting. Was there a boiler room match too?
Yeah.
In that? Yeah. Is that when we got Kane? Is that when Kane showed up?
No, that was
before.
That was before.
Okay. So, give me your number 3.
My number 3 is the ultimate what if these two would have wrestled. I mean, for years and years, it was like, what if this person wrestled this person? And then finally we got it in WCW, and it was unbelievable. But for years and years, we wondered what would happen. My number 3 is Hogan versus Flair.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, for years and years, the top guy over here and the top guy over here.
Thinking they'll never meet.
What would happen if they actually wrestled? What would happen?
Yeah.
And then they wrestled, and
it was okay.
It was okay.
It was probably 10 years late.
Exactly. It should have been mid-'80s. Would have been unbelievable.
Yeah, even early 90s, not like mid to late 90s.
No.
Yeah.
Well, for some reason, Vince will never admit why, but with some WrestleMania, it was supposed to be Flair versus Hogan, but they scrapped it and made it Flair versus Savage. And nothing against Randy Savage. I love the Macho Man, but there was a natural feud between Flair and Hogan that would have been awesome to see. And
that was was that 92, 93?
Yeah, 92. And it would have been awesome to see. And for some reason, they scrapped it.
Yeah, that's too bad because if they would have happened then instead of 10 years later, well, what was that, number 3?
Yeah.
Where's my number 3? I got Flair and Sting. Awesome. Those two just back and forth for years.
Exactly.
That they just worked so good together. It was just like a feud they might feud this year and not the next year, but then
Yeah.
they feud again the year after, and you don't get
And I
sick of
thought
it
that
because
was-
it's like so good.
And I thought that was poetic justice.
Yeah.
The very last night on Nitro, they wrestled.
Yep.
Because when they think of WCW, they think
That's
of
what you
Flair
think of.
versus Sting.
Yeah. Yep. How about your number 2?
My number 2, I almost put this number 1, but my number 2, when I think of wrestling in the late 90s, I think of this. My number 2 is Stone Cold versus Vince.
That's what I got at number 2. We've got the same number 1 then too. I bet we have the same number 1. Yeah, Austin and McMahon. Oh man, Austin just destroyed McMahon.
Every week. What is he going to do now? Is he going to put cement in his $100,000 Corvette?
Beat him on in the hospital bed.
or
Beat him with a bedpan.
or drive a Zamboni down to the ring and drive a beer truck down to the ring and spray everybody
Yeah, that was
beer.
awesome. Yep,
That's
Oh.
when wrestling was fun.
that was fun. So I know what your number 1 is.
My number 1, before I say it, these two people came into my mind right away when I thought of this
Yep.
because they despised each other
Mhm.
backstage.
We got the same one.
Despised each other. My number 1 is HBK versus Bret Hart.
Yep, good job.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was.
There was
They
that
really hated each other.
they literally hated each other, and that like the match that was right before the screw job ending, Survivor Series between Brett and Sean.
Mhm.
You could tell there was some legitimate shots going through. There was some stiff shots.
Shoot match.
Exactly. I don't think neither one of them was lollygagging those punches.
No. Yeah. No one's slapping their thigh when they're kicking.
Exactly. Both of them had to have some pretty big welts around it.
Yep. Yeah. That's awesome. Our top 2 are the exact same. I love it.
We didn't match as much as we did.
I thought we were going to match a lot more. We were so close because we had you had Hogan and Pipe Ride Hogan and Andre.
I had Raven and Dreamer. You had Raven and Sandman. Oh, that was
an honorable mention.
Okay.
Yeah, because didn't Raven do something to Sandman's son?
Yeah, he was
wife.
like, it was like his ex-wife or something like that, and Raven ended up having Sandman's son call him Daddy.
Yeah, that was so.
And then Raven and Stevie Richards had Sandman crucified against the ring.
Yeah.
A lot of people were offended by that, but it's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
Jesus Christ.
It's not like the cross is upside down.
It's newsflash, it's not real.
Yeah, it's not real. Yeah,
I think that was good.
we did pretty good. You got honorable mentions. I got
Yeah.
DX and McMahon. We got Sting and NWO.
Yeah.
You could have been. I was thinking WCW
I had-
versus NWO as a feud.
I had Kane versus Taker.
Oh yeah. Rude. Anything with Rick Rude. What the hell was that? I think your mic dropped. The other mic. Not that one. The other one. Rick Rude and Jake the Snake Roberts. Rick Rude would put Jake Roberts. What was her name? Sherry
Cheryl.
or Cheryl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that airbrush on his tights, right on his crotch.
Remember when Jake came out and ripped him off right on TV?
Yep.
It was
Jake the
funny.
Snake and Warrior.
I had I lied. One of my only newer feuds, Charlotte and Sasha.
Yeah.
They have very good chemistry.
Yeah.
I had one of the bloodiest matches I've ever seen, and their feud was awesome too. But I had to put them in my honorable mentions. Tully Blanchard versus Megan PA.
Oh yeah.
If you ever want to see a hardcore match before hardcore was cool and in, an I Quit match, I think it was at Starrcade. I Quit match, I think for like a WCW TV title, or it might have been a US title, but I think it was the TV title.
Mhm.
And it was an I Quit match. and Tully, both of them were bleeding, but Tully was bleeding like a stuck pig, and they had Tully's girlfriend at the time, Baby Doll, throw in a wooden chair, and Tully broke it in half and made it into like a spike, and he was going to spike Magnum, and Magnum turned it around, and Magnum pretty much spiked him in the head, and blood's dripping down. And
I loved Magnum TA.
oh, if he wouldn't have got in an accident,
Oh man.
he would have been WCW. He would have been
World
NWA.
champ.
He would have been NWA's version of Hogan.
Yep, I think you're right.
He had the look. He had the
size. He was good on the mic.
That's when Magnum PI was really big.
Yep, he had the mustache.
Yeah, he had the Tom Selleck looking mustache.
Yeah.
Look,
And you know what? Now, I think they're like best friends because Tully has Tessa Blanchard, but Magnum is her stepdad.
yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Another one I had was the Rock and Roll Express for the Midnight Express.
Yeah.
Going back to
I got Triple H and Shawn.
same here. Going back to ECW, I had Taz versus Sabu.
Ooh. I've got Undertaker and Hulk Hogan.
And Nikita Koloff versus Magnum PA.
TA.
I said TA.
You said PA.
I said TA. But I said HBK and Taker.
Yeah. Yeah, they had 2 WrestleManias in a row, didn't they?
Yeah.
Those are really good matches. So what was, we were going to have a different top 10.
Underrated wrestlers.
Underrated. That's what we'll do next
Underrated
week.
wrestlers.
We'll do underrated wrestlers next week. I think we're good, right?
I think we're awesome. See you next week, folks.
Keep it real.
Why do I feel like it's never gone?